Hi girls, how are you? Welcome to distance learning class. Let's remind and remember some rules we should follow inside the classroom, like no chat while the teacher is talking. You have to be on time. You have to mute your mic. You have to turn off your video camera. Be prepared, and you have to be present, and you have to raise up your hand when you want to talk, and be respectful. You have to respect your teachers, you have to respect your friends. Today our lesson is lesson 11, a school exchange trip. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to report WH questions, read and understand a blog about a school exchange trip. Imagine a student from another country is going to visit your school next week. What questions would they like to ask the student? What's your name? How old are you? Where are you from? Something like that. Yes, correct. So, what do you think about school exchange trip? Is it a good idea or bad idea? You can go to another school and someone else from another school can come to your school. Exchange. I think it's a good idea. We can exchange knowledge. We can exchange and learn new languages. We can know about another country, culture, traditions, clothes, food, whatever. So it's a good. Have you ever been to Cuba? Do you know anything about this city? About it. I need you to open your learner's book, page 195. We need to look at this photo and we need to read about Brad blog. This is a blog from Brad. We need to read this blog and to match each of the students' question to the sentences in the blog. Let's have a look to the questions inside the picture. Can you play an instrument, a tool for like piano or something like that? What do you watch on TV? Do you like football? Where are you staying? How old are you? Are you American? So these are some of the questions that you are going to ask as students who come to visit your school. Let's read about Brad's blog. I went on a school exchange trip to Cuba last month. I took a photo of my class. The students asked me how old I was. They asked me where I was staying and what I watched on TV. They asked me if I was American, if I liked football and if I could play an instrument. They asked me a lot of questions. Brad, Toronto, Canada. So these questions inside the pictures are direct, face-to-face, direct speech. Can you play an instrument? How old are you? What's your name? Are you American? This is direct. But we need to change these questions into indirect reported speech. Here we have questions. Last class, we said that if you want to change from direct into reported, you change the present simple into past simple. Play, played, swim, swam. And we change the present continuous into past continuous, like am playing, it will be was playing. But today we have questions. We have questions. Let's find out how can we change the questions into reported speech. Can you play an instrument? This is the first question. This is direct, face to face. Can you play an instrument? We need to change it into reported. This is a question. Starts with can, model, helping verb. If it is started, it is a question, you have to say he or they asked me. Asked. Why I said asked? Because it's a question. If. Why I write if? Because the question here starts with can, model. Can, are, is. Okay? Do, does. Start with a helping verb. If the question starts with helping verb, you have to say if. And then change it into a sentence, not a question. If I. And I will change can into could, the past. Change the present into the past and complete the question. So they asked me if I could play an instrument. If, because it's a question, starts with helping verb, can. Could, the past of can. So we change the present into the past. Question 2. Where are you staying? This is direct. We need to change it into reported. Reported speech. This is a question, but this question starts with where, WH. WH word. WH, where, what. So it's a question. So I will say they asked me. They asked me. And I will write where, the same, where, I, because I'm talking about myself. The past of are, it's was or were. I said here I, so I singular, that's why I said was. I was staying. Past continuous. What do you watch on TV? They asked me what. Do you watch on TV? So what I watched, I change watch into watched, past simple, on TV. How old are you? They asked me how old I was. Start with subject and then the verb. This is reported speech for questions. Do you like football? Here starts with do, helping verb. So you are going to join with if. So they asked me if I liked, change like into liked football. Are you American? This is also helping verb. Starts the question with helping verb. So it will be they asked me if I was American. You can find this rule inside your course book. Use of English. Reported speech with WH questions. When we tell people what someone asked, we usually change the tense because what they said was in the past. We also need to change the word order. You have WH words like what, where, when, who, why, how. They asked me how old I was. They asked me, ask, I used asked. Why? Because this is a question and it happened in the past. How? Because the question here starts with how old. And then the subject and then the verb. The subject I, because they are talking about me, asking me. And I talk was in the past. Here are some more, exercise number 2, some or more of the students' questions. What did they ask Brad? What's your name? So they asked him what? Okay, what his name was. They asked him what his name was. Where do you live? So they asked me where he lived. Where he lived. What kind of food do you like? They asked me what kind of food I liked or he liked. Now let's open the activity book, page 165. We need to complete these spaces with the correct question word. How, what, when, where, which, why. How, I'm asking for the way, how. or the ability. What for a thing? I'm asking about a thing. When for a time. Where for a place. Which for a thing. To choose this one or this one. Why for a reason. Number 1. Is your name? So I'm asking about the name. So what's your name? Number 2. Do you like beach holidays more than city breaks? Why do you like beach holidays more than city breaks? Often do you go on holiday? It means that time. I'm talking about the number of time. How many times? So how often? How many times do you go on holiday? 4. Do you prefer watching TV or playing outside? Which do you prefer? Choose one. Number 5. Do you live? The place. So where do you live? Time does the plane arrive? What time does the plane arrive? And the last one, when do you usually go to bed? So here we use WH word to ask about many things. Now here we need to complete the reports of the question in activity 1. The man at the check-in desk asked me what my name was. Number 2, he asked me why I like beach holidays more than city breaks. She asked me, number 3, how often I went on holiday. Number 4, my uncle asked me which I preferred, watching TV or playing outside. Number 5, the exchange student asked me where I lived. 6, he asked me what time the plane arrived. My friend asked me when I usually went to bed. All these sentences are reported questions for the questions. So we changed the verb into the past, and we started with why, how often, which, because they are questions. Exercise 3, we need to reorder the words to make sentences that report questions. Where I staying? Me was asked she. So I will start with capital letter she. This is a question, so I will say asked me. She asked me where I was staying. Where I was staying. Number 2, food. I, he, me asked what kind, liked kind of. So he asked me what kind of food I liked. Asked me. This is a question and start with what kind of food I liked. End with ed because this is past. My teacher, why liked I sightseeing tours, asked me. So my teacher asked me why I liked sightseeing tours. Number 4, I on TV, my cousin, me asked what watched. So my cousin asked me what I watched on TV. The last one, the students born where asked was I me. So the students asked me where I was born. This is reported speech for question reported speech. Thank you very much, y'all. See you later.